Our shift towards a whole new world starts from us individually asking ourselves, what can I create next, instead of, who am I? This is a process that cannot be forced, as we need to understand the whole before we can leave the old to start anew. The reason why humanity is going through such a powerful global shift is because we are asking more about ourselves. It is the questioning of self right at the beginning of the time that split us into two awarenesses reflecting ourselves and asking, who am I? The other dimensions were formed automatically as we wanted to experience what we had discovered, and thus 3D was created as a playground to experience. Then we also wanted to observe what our 3D experience was like, so 5D was created. Remembering we are all dimensions playing out at once, so we know all. One is not more or less evolved than the other. This is like a branch on a tree going through all the seasons and seeing itself in many different viewpoints until spring, when it grows leaves in many different perspectives, and then after a certain amount, it will know each perspective and it asks itself, what's next? This is when the flower is born, and instead of letting go as a leaf, which will only feed the same tree of who am I, this time in wanting to know what we can create next, when it lets go, it will become the seed, and with that a whole new expression of itself. So the more we ask about ourselves, the more awareness happens as the answers reflect back to us by those who are seeking the same answers from a different viewpoint, and together we understand more. This is the shift to a higher reality because our questioning raises our self-awareness and our reality is seen through a different perspective. Therefore, all that happened before can happen again, but this time we see it from a different viewpoint. Until we see the whole picture, that of love, as all came from love, and will return to love, then we know we are source, creator, and we can create something new. Humanity is at the point separated so far from itself as it asks itself for the last time, who am I? And then with this last question, we are reflected with the ultimate of being the victim to a race of perpetrators that seems so foreign. One must ask, what can I create next to not be what I don't like about myself? Or how can I get out of this? And remembering that love is at the core of all perspectives and that all is source, the only way out of this is through loving self more. This honoring and self-loving more gives us the strength to say no more to the victim, perpetrator, or duality game. And we shift with Earth, who is going through the same pattern of self-discovery, to the beginning of a whole new world. But through the love of self, we ask, what can I create next, instead of, who am I? Which is only a question reflecting our self-doubt.